Oh boy, I am live now. I don't know how much is audible. I don't know what's happening. You know, I just bought dinner. If you're here watching this live stream, can you tell me in the chat if you can hear me? Hi, Sophia. um, am I audible? Audible. Turn up. Love that. Um, cool. Um, love this. Love that. Eli, hi. Good to see you. Welcome to my live stream. I've never live streamed before. You know, we I have some ambitions, you know. um let's see. Um I've been told by YouTube to please check the video resolution. That's I don't think I will. Jasmine, hello, and hi, all of my work friends. If you're also watching, um, can't wait to come up to the cabin tomorrow. It'll be fun. Um, yeah, the tricky thing about this is, um, oh my God, Michelle, hi. Thank you for buying the album, by the way. Really appreciate that. Um, and thank you for joining. I'm just rambling at the moment. The weird thing about live streaming and why it's difficult for someone like me is because like when I'm on Zoom, I just like stare at my face and like watch myself do stuff. But like I am so like far behind, like what I see is like so far behind what's actually happening that like I can't, it's not, I just can't look over there. Which I guess gives me incentive to look at the chat. Um, yeah. Um, so we're out here. We have gathered together um, to listen to uh, songs about isolation, which is the album that I released today, which is very cool. Um, and I'm very excited about it. And I don't know, I just like, I know that we like live in a culture that's like, singles, drop singles and stuff, and like maybe do an album, but like, um, thank you, Mr. C. Um, it's like, I don't know, I just like think of like albums that are very important to me, your Thrillers, your Dirty Computers, like Delivery by Michaela Davis, like all of these like projects that like do sort of long form storytelling, and I just like think it's so cool to have like a large body of work, and had songs about pickles, and that was great, but I really feel that this is like songs about pickles is older brother, making a lot of references back, doing a lot of similar things. Songs about isolation is literally songs about pickles but shorter and like a whole step up, with different words. You've got a Ben Cohen duet, um, but I think there's just like a lot more flavor and a lot more thought and a more comprehensive story there, which I mean, COVID will do. Yes, keeping the concept album alive. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Cool. I think I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes just to see if anyone else comes, and then we can start. The way that I'm thinking of doing this is I'm gonna share my Spotify. Um, I think I want to play the first half of the album. We can stop. We can, say a couple things, take a little break. I have dinner here. I got pad thai, so I'm gonna be eating while we do this. And then we can do the back half. And then, I don't know if we should just if people have questions, they can be asked throughout. I think, we'll just play it by ear. I don't really have a preference. This is just, we're just vibing. We're just here. um, yeah, I'll give it, yeah, maybe one more minute. We are also eating pad thai. Yes, Sophia. Sophia and Ethan with the pad thai. I love it. I'm here for that. Actually, there are a ton of pad thai restaurants in New Haven, but I decided to go old school. Got pad see from the restaurant pad thai. Um, I've had pad thai from pad thai before, but I'm just like, I feel like if I'm gonna get pad thai, it would make sense to get it from pad thai, but I never do. It just like feels like too on the nose for me. You know what I mean? Um, but like, it's incredible, nonetheless. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. Before I start, I think what I'm going to do is just mute myself while this stuff is playing, and people can feel free to say things in the chat, and I can make note or I can, type as well. Does that sound good to people? Can I get like a E in the chat or something? This is so weird. um, can I get a shout out? Jinxie, hello. Um, Jinxie, have we met in person before? Oh, okay. I think I understand what's happening. I like songs. I like songs too. Um, cool. Yes. Lit. Great. Um, let's do it then. So, listening time. Okay, let's navigate through my Spotify. Songs about isolation. There it is. Okay. I think this volume should be okay. If it, is not, I guess you all can adjust that on your end. Um, yeah. We went to primary school together. Oh my god. Um, very cool. Message me after, Jinxie. Um, cool. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself and I'm just gonna start this thing. And like, don't judge me for my playlists, but there they are.
Some days it's real hard to get out of bed, but on some days I get up. To found myself alone, no within myself, imposing quarantine. My bed only traps so much heat, so I should shower and make me clean. It is straight that Joe's face wash is great, but it can't wash away insecurity. Didn't take long for my old world to spiral, and even with all this time, I can't conjure a masterpiece. I can't discover gravity, but now I'm in my personal hell, and me just are meshing well, which sucks 'cause that day's end. Gotta be okay with writing songs about isolation. Writing songs about, writing songs about, writing songs about, writing songs about. Being quarantined is hard. Doctor says you all about yourself. Show me your own time. Won't judge you for your scars. I won't judge you for your, I won't judge you for your, I won't judge you for your scars. Isolate myself. Conversation, misinformation. Just wanna enjoy some relaxation, but you keep begging, and in my head don't wanna let you down. I'm antisocial, you never know, show. So stay locked in the house isn't good for you. Get off your chair and forget your cares, we're getting out of time. I'm stuck to you like static link. And while I never shake you, I wanna tell you what I think. But if I did, you wouldn't hear me now. I know you're gonna learn. This ain't my cup of tea. I really like if you could stop dragging me to these things. When are you gonna learn? This ain't for everyone. Putting my health like mistresses and my idea of fun. When are you gonna learn? Know why you're feeling free? It's feeling like these walls are slowly closing in on me. When are you gonna learn? It's not just about you. If you can't get that through your text, are you and me are screwed? You brought me out here in circles by fear. I wish it would calm me down and not a year near. Try to show me as I go through security, everything's fine. Realization is no consideration. All you care about's going on your vacation. I wanna get away, but my heart's making me stay no matter how hard I try. I'm stuck to you like static link. Not strong enough to shake you. I wanna tell you what I think, but if I screamed you wouldn't hear my shout. When are you gonna learn? This ain't my cup of tea. I really like if you could stop dragging me to these things. When are you gonna learn? This ain't for everyone. Putting my health like restrictions and my idea of fun. When are you gonna learn? Know why you're feeling free? It's feeling like these walls are slowly closing in on me. When are you gonna learn? It's not just about you. If you can get that in your head, you realize it's true. I'm all up in the corner, can't find my happy place. The world's a blood through my tears, don't wanna see your face. I'm all up in the corner, can't find my happy place. The world's a blood through my tears, don't wanna see your face. I'm balled up in the corner, can't find my happy place. Your dad told me I don't need you, got to find my own strength. I'm balled up in the corner, can't find my happy place. I don't care what you're saying, I'm getting out this place. When are you gonna learn? This ain't my cup of tea. I really like if you could stop dragging me to these things. When are you gonna learn? This ain't for everyone. Putting my health like restrictions and my idea of fun. When are you gonna learn? Know why you're feeling free? It's feeling like these walls are slowly closing in on me. When are you gonna learn? It's not just about you. If you can't get that through your text, I won't be as screwed. If you can't put that in your head, you realize you're screwed. Since you would know that everyone needed, I'm leaving you. There was a time when I could fly, and my check bags weren't the ones under my eyes. When I wasn't racing against time to meet deadlines. Ooh. When I could see the world's beauty, not how it's being destroyed by corporate greed. When I wasn't living for the solace of my dreams. Ooh. I'm trying not to think, cause when I try to think, it's feeling like I'm sinking. But when I don't think, I'm missing everything. Can't keep things straight, my brain is burnt out. Gotta work from home from 5 to 9. Got a mental breakdown schedule for 10:25. There's no time to pray, there's no time to waste. I'm walking wide-eyed, but I'm never awake. Hey, I don't care what the doctor said, I can die when I'm dead. I'm scared Yeah, the social distancing has been siphoning off my empathy. I get your life six, but you're not alone. What about me? Ooh. Business as usual, no thanks. At least not till you tell me how I'm getting paid. Figure that out on me right now, my rest due on the 8th. Ooh. I'm trying not to think, cause when I try to think, it's feeling like I'm sinking. But when I don't think, I'm missing everything. Can't keep things straight, my brain is burnt out. Gotta work from home from 5 to 9. Got a mental breakdown schedule for 10:25. There's no time to pray, there's no time to waste. I'm walking wide-eyed, but I'm never awake. Hey. I don't care what the doctor said, I can die when I'm dead. 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 Gotta work from home from 5 to 9. Got a mental breakdown schedule for 10:25. There's no time to pray, there's no time to waste. I'm walking wide-eyed, but I'm never awake. I don't care what you say, I can die when I'm dead. And symptoms presented. It's too late for me, I'm late. I hate that there's doubt to couple with my fear that you're a mirage, not an oasis in a clear. I don't know, so I'll attempt to approach your space and hope that you don't turn me away, 'cause the uncertainty's been getting to me lately, and I need you. I need you to tell me that we're good. Maybe I've been lying to myself and saying we're alright, but I just need to hear you say we're cool. And I need to feel it deep inside, so no one's taking out the fact we're good. Yeah, we're good. Say we're good. Guess I'll try my best and still reach out to you. Hope we can be friends, but I think that hurts too. I'm not trying to cross your line, but I'm inclined to believe the signs saying radio silence means you're not into this. So tell me what you're into, 'cause I need you. I need you to tell me that we're good. Maybe I've been lying to myself and saying we're alright, but I just need to hear you say we're cool. And I need to feel it deep inside, so no one can say otherwise. We're good. We're good. We're good. All I wanna do is care for you, but I don't really know how to. We're good. All I wanna be is there for you, but it's so hard to break through my own insecurities, fears, and the voices that tell me so clearly that all of my choices should make me feel guilty. My only intent was trying to be your son, your friend. Don't wanna assume what you feel. Need you to work me here, 'cause I try and try, and then we get close to making things right. So I need you to drain, making you take up less space inside my brain. But if you asked about me, I'd say I'm fine. Cause when there's work to do, there isn't time to cry. There's so many things pulling out my attention, constantly living inside of the tension between what might be best for you and what might be best for me. There's so many people who call on me when their times are tough. So what are they gonna do if I'm not strong enough? Trying my best not to have a breakdown. Can't really afford to do that right now. Cause if I start sobbing in front of a client, I might not keep getting paid. I'm trying my best not to have a breakdown. Can't really afford to do that right now. So I smile, I shall smile, and if anyone, I'd say I'm okay. I understand expressing emotions is important, but next to the problems of the world, they seem inconsequential. Like, I feel selfish when I get caught up in how I feel when walking past homeless folks who can't pay for their next meal. Innocent people overseas are when conflicts ignite. Struggle for justice would tirelessly fight. Cause how are we gonna tear this whole racist system down if my sanity's unwound? There's so many people who need me to speak up on their behalf, and their situations won't change if I can't keep it together. Trying my best not to have a breakdown. Can't really afford to do that right now. Cause if I start sobbing on the front lines, the bad guys will make fun of me. I'm trying my best not to have a breakdown. Can't really afford to do that now. So I smile, I show a smile, and if anyone, I say I'm okay. I can't stop thinking about you, but I wanna stop thinking about you. Cause it hurts too much to think about you. I don't wanna do the future without you, but the future still gon' come without you. So I really need to think about you, but there isn't time to think about you, and there won't be if I don't make time now. I don't wanna close my eyes out. Don't make time now. What if they see me as weak now? Excuses feel like walls that are closing in on me. So I'ma take a day, feeling overwhelmed, so I can finally say it's okay to have myself a breakdown. Cause if I'm not taking care of myself, I can't be the best me for someone else. It's okay to have myself a breakdown. Not repressing how I feel about you really hurts, but in time I'll be okay. Yeah, to all my black brothers and sisters and siblings out here trying to live your life, who know that when you look like us, the world ain't always nice. I'm thinking of you. Yeah. If they say that you're worth nothing, let me tell you that they're wrong. If they say that you're not good enough, then listen to this song. Shouldn't have to spend so many years oppressed and colonized, but there's nothing more beautiful than living our black lives. If they say that you're worth nothing, let me tell you that they're wrong. If they say that you're not good enough, then listen to this song. Shouldn't have to spend so many years oppressed and colonized, but there's nothing more important than saving your black life. Black lives matter, black lives are beautiful. Black lives matter, black lives are beautiful. Black lives matter, black lives are beautiful. Your life matters, your life is beautiful. Sing black lives matter, black lives are beautiful. Black lives matter, black lives are beautiful. Black lives matter, black lives are beautiful. Your life matters, your life is beautiful. Black lives matter, black lives are beautiful.
Okay. That's the first half of the album, which is, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of, it's, the first half is definitely sort of like the stress intense part of like, I'm going through all of these feelings, and like, uh, I'm not sure what to do. I'm having like a lot of doubt, and breakdown coming in and saying, hey, just feel it out, you know. And then the back half sort of deals with the rest of learning to be okay, but this is the first step. Yeah, Brian Breakdown is a favorite of mine as well. And Sophia, thank you for the comment on the lip syncing skills. Honestly, part of the reason that I'm lip syncing is to get these lyrics in my head, because in 2 weeks, Sophia and Mohit and we are going down to Brooklyn to Least of All recording studios, and we're doing this vinyl gig. For those of you who have not heard me screaming about this vinyl gig from the rooftop, basically what happens is, if you like one of my songs, you can pre-order it from their website, and then we will make you a personalized live recording of that song, just for you, pressed to vinyl and shipped to you, which is really cool. And that's something that no one else does. And it's kind of like, a musical Polaroid, because like no one in the world will have record of that performance except you, because we made it just for you. So like if 10 people want to hear, Black Lives, then we'll do Black Lives 10 different times and send it to each person will get a different take, which is really cool. So that's part of why I am lip syncing at the moment, because I'm trying to get these lyrics in my head, because some of these, like Black Lives and Breakdown, the songs from last summer, like I recorded those right before they came out, so it's been like a good almost year. Wow. This came out 11 months ago. Crazy. Yeah. And then everything else sort of got sprinkled in over time, but just trying to jog the old memory. Cool. Any comments, questions, thoughts, before we go into the next half? I'm just gonna grab my fat tie. I'll wait a minute for anything from the chat. Questions also don't have to just be about like the album. They could be about anything. But just vibing, just existing in the space. I tend to be the type of person who just like moves things along and likes to go very quickly. So I'm just trying to like savor this moment, with all of you. Thank you all for coming, by the way. I don't know what possessed me to do this, but I'm glad that it's happening. Cool. Let's resume then. This has been your intermission, and now back to your regularly scheduled programming. So we turn that up.
So I understand you messed up your hair. Would've never had a hood out somewhere. But I assure you, you don't need to be scared and get your gorgeous locks cut off in a fair. Yeah, I got a fix that'll have you in and out the door quick. Your insurance will cover it, it ain't stitches, and it ain't spending the night in the den. Yeah, you know that I'll be fixing up my hair. Yeah, you know that I'll be fixing up my hair. Gonna show you how I'm fixing up my hair. Yeah, you know that I'll be fixing up my hair. Step 1, fill a spray bottle with water. Step 2, spray the water in your hair. Step 3, break your hair to splash the water. Step 4, wet the pig before you run it through your hair. Step 5, run the pig through your hair. Step 6, shake your hair. Why do we suck? Why is it so hard to remember all the parts of ourselves that we are? Why are we stuck in funhouse mirrors where we look bizarre? Why won't I turn off the lights when I know they're burning coal? Why do I keep watching Friends if it doesn't make me whole? Why can't I prioritize? Why won't bright eyes turn around? Why do I keep losing sleep over things I can't control? Why do we suck? Why is it so hard to remember all the parts of ourselves that we are? Why are we stuck in funhouse mirrors where we look bizarre? Why did I decide to sail? I didn't bring sunblock or shades. Why am I afraid to fail? No one cares, it's just charades. Why is it easy to be jealous? Why am I stressed all the time? Why do our sentences keep trailing off? Why do we suck? Why is it so hard to remember all the parts of ourselves that we are? Why are we stuck in funhouse mirrors where we look bizarre? Why do we suck? Why is it so hard to remember all the parts of ourselves that we are? Why are we stuck? Why do we suck? I'm always late. I can't play bass. Why do we suck? I wanted bangs, they're in my face. Why are we like this? But it's okay, we're both this way. And if you say you think I'm great, then maybe I should give myself a break from asking myself why do we suck? Why is it so hard to remember all the parts of ourselves that we are? Why are we stuck in funhouse mirrors where we look bizarre? Why do we suck? Why is it so hard to remember all the parts of ourselves that we are? Maybe I should give myself a break from asking myself why. Why do we suck? Give myself a break. Why do we suck? Asking myself why. Why do we suck? Give ourselves a break. Why do we suck? Asking ourselves why. Why do we suck? Give yourself a break. Why do we suck? Asking yourself. Maybe I should give myself a break from asking myself why. If I need you, you would be there. Wouldn't hurt me, make me happy. If you were there, I'd be sincere. Pour you a bowl of cereal. Give you control of the remote so you can watch Netflix. You drive me to the grocery store so I can buy some eggs. We haven't met, but the you in my head would really love me. If you are not the one who I thought, I'd find it annoying. If you think you're smarter than me, if you're unkind, didn't clean your pots, you'd hoard all your food and you'd hog the bathroom and hide your feels from me cause you think you're the main character. I can't read your mind, this wouldn't work if you don't put in work. We haven't met, stress and worthwhile if I need you and you're not there. A hint of joy just ain't worth the trials. There isn't one thing in the world to scare me. There isn't one thing. Is it worth the risk of hurt to have love temporarily? Haven't met, at least not yet. So I approach. I catch your eyes. I'm like, hey, my name isn't, so my name is. Your mouth don't burn, and you say. All the strength in the world, and I can't lift my mood. Got foresight around every turn, and I can see my doom. When winter comes and it gets cold, you say you'll never leave. Finished school so long ago, but you're still testing me. Hosanna in the highest. Shall bless those who abide by faith. Sometimes it's hard to focus on you, especially when life keeps pulling into directions. I know I'm lost, but sometimes I don't wanna be found. It almost feels pointless trying to get up after falling down. I know you try to talk to me, but I'm still not sure what I'm listening for. Feel like I don't know you at all, though I've been riding with you since I was 4. Know you come in a small voice, but I think I need more. Something less intangible to quell doubts in my soul. And the way they use you to justify all of the hate just don't seem right. If someone were to testify that you said I should leave, I don't think I'd be quiet. Hosanna in the highest. Shall bless those with their minds set on Christ. Don't always want to devote my time to know you, especially when life keeps pulling into directions. I know I'm lost, but sometimes I don't wanna be found. Sometimes it feels pointless just wanna be, wanna be a JPPY with myself. I just wanna be, wanna be JPPY with myself. I've been preaching love yourself since I was 9, but it wasn't until the quarantine that I really had the time to sit in my room and sit with my thoughts and shift all the blame from all my baggage onto myself. Nowadays I'm trying not to get so down, cause if I can't forgive myself, it's that much harder to pass around. So I'll take a 30-minute shot, clip my nails, delete emails, and take a break from the fake news, cause I don't always love myself. But I'm gonna put in the work and fake until I do, cause I just wanna be, wanna be H-A-P-P-Y with myself. I just wanna be, wanna be H-A-P-P-Y with myself. I just wanna be satisfied. When I look at myself in the mirror, wanna be H-A-P-P-Y. Cause I love the me that I see, no more staying up late at night. Sad cause I'm alone in my bed, cause I got me, and that's fine. It's better than fine, it's great cause I'm happy. H-A-P-P-Y. So much of my time I spend pressed about things that I can't control. Like I can't make you text back or check that DM. I make you read things a certain way, and it's so easy to feel that when I don't get as much as I put out, that I don't deserve it. But regardless of whether anyone else sees the value in me, I still believe that I'm beautiful and I can make my dreams a reality. I have my cry and now it's fine, but now it's time to move on. That's your lost of mine, cause all this love you could have had, I'm putting it back into the world, and to make it more effective, I'm starting with me first. I just wanna be, wanna be H-A-P-P-Y with myself. I just wanna be, wanna be H-A-P-P-Y with myself. I just wanna be satisfied. When I look at myself in the mirror, wanna be H-A-P-P-Y. Cause I love the me that I see, no more staying up late at night. It's like as I'm alone in my bed, cause I got me, yeah, that's fine. It's better than fine, it's great cause I'm happy. And one day I'm gonna be, I'm just gonna be, wanna be H-A-P-P-Y. I'm just gonna be, I'm just gonna be, wanna be H-A-P-P-Y. I'm just gonna be satisfied. When I look at myself in the mirror, gonna be H-A-P-P-Y. Cause I love the me that I see, when I'm staying up late at night. It's like as I'm alone in my bed, cause I got me, yeah, that's fine. It's better than fine, it's great cause I'm happy. H-A-P-P-Y. Don't be H-A-P-P-Y. Don't be
Songs about pickles is not your night. Woo. Wow. And that's it. That's the album. Um, yeah, thank you for thank you for joining me for this. Very important things in the description. There is the link to stream the album on all the streaming services, to buy it. If buying albums is your thing, I recommend Bandcamp because more proceeds go to artists and they get there quicker than like through like iTunes, Amazon, that sort of thing. Also, if one of those songs like really resonates with you and you want a personalized live performance of it, press the vinyl just for you, then, we should. I'm gonna. Here's what I'll say about this vinyl gig. Like, I don't have a record player. And I know a lot of us don't have record players. I think this is the type of thing that would maybe inspire me to get one. Because, like, the way I'm thinking about this is I'm never gonna do this again. Like, this is a once in a time lifetime thing for me. So like I want to save this moment in time and like get my favorite song, which is Happy, um, on vinyl, so I can listen to it once I get a record player and be like, hey you, hey past me, or hey future me, I guess. One day you're gonna be happy, and it's gonna be great. So if you all will humor me, um, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it right now. We're just gonna. Here we go. So it's leastofall.com/products/emilbeckford. Cool. This page comes up, and then you can choose your song. So I'm going to scroll down to Happy, which is all the way at the bottom. Um, I'm going to add to cart. Yep. See this buy one. Yep. Great. Or you can buy more if you like. If you like the whole album and you have $275 to spare, just get one of everything. Check out. I think that makes logical sense. And then it'll ask you for this information, your shipping address, and then payment information, and then you can put it in. I don't know any discount codes. I'm going to pay $25, just like everyone else, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, it's that simple. Yay, my family finally figured out how to comment. Awesome. Hi, Evan. Hi, Ethan. Hi, Emery. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Um, Glad you're here. Cool. So, I mean, if anybody has any questions about the vinyl gig, about the album, about life in general, how I feel about the state of the world, about the house that collapsed next door to me the other day, you know, then like, or about the future, I am here, vibing. I think I'm just gonna stay here until 9 at least, you know? I mean, those of you who have been here the whole time know I have pad thai, so I'm just gonna, you know, uh, uh, eat that. And if people are like, you know, I don't, it's just, he's not saying anything. It's just super awkward. You can leave, and that's okay too. There's no obligation to stay. I think I should just keep it open until 9. But like, cards on the table. Any questions about anything? Any comments about anything? What are your favorite songs from it? Tell me that in the chat. I would love to know. Um, I know I already mentioned that Happy is up there for me, as is Breakdown, actually. Breakdown was like my number 4 most listened to song on Spotify last year, um, which maybe says a lot about me. Um, yeah, what were your favorite songs? Also, Ethan, thank you for saying it was awesome. Um, and thank you for Sid for congratulations, and thank you, Mr. C. Okay, Ethan wants to know. What does Ethan want to know? will all your projects be songs about? That's a great question. um, that's a great question, and I, I mean, I don't want to rule out the possibility. You know, I don't like doing the same thing twice. I love being self-referential, though, which is how this came to be. But part of how this album came to be is when songs about pickles happened. You know, once I realized that I had was going to pursue that body of work, I was like, great, I have all these love songs together. I'm gonna put them on one project so that I don't have to write or any more love songs. I could just, you know, write about other things and make albums about other moods and other emotions, like stress and introversion and, you know, things that this album explored. And it had some of those things. And when Songs About Pickles was out, I was like, I've been working on this for too long. I hate this. I want to move on. And, you know, I didn't have an idea until like 2 months, no, 14 months ago today, when I was in that Uber coming back from LaGuardia and, you know, about to start my quarantine. And it was like, I should write an album about this feeling and call it Songs About Isolation. And that's where, that's how it happened. But like up until like that specific moment, there was not going to be another Songs About and another Songs About Pickles derivative track. Um, but, you know, maybe my next project we raise the key another whole step. So Songs About Pickles is like some days it's real hard to get out of bed, and then Songs About Isolation is sometimes it's real hard to get out of bed, but on some days I don't know what the lyrics are. They're too close to each other. So that's a C sharp. So some days it's with something else. I don't know what this new project is gonna be about, but like it's possible. I wouldn't rule it out, but I hope we've moved past that. Like, sounds of yeah. Thank you for the question, Ethan. Yay, Mom, we can finally comment, but we've been listening the whole time. Yay, thank you. I'm glad you all figured it out, and I'm glad you're here. So proud, Emil. Thank you, Eli. Thank you for coming. I'm also proud of this album so much. Um, yeah. Any other questions, thoughts? We've got 4 minutes of time to fill. Um, Trying to think what else is important. What else do I want to impart before I leave? I guess just like, you know, this last year has been tough for all of us, I think. And even someone like me who's like more naturally introverted, like it's still been, I feel like I've spent a lot more time alone, and that can lead to like some really dark places, but also trying to find and starting to figure out that there is a lot of joy and power in that. But like, just want to say like, your quarantine experience is valid, and like how you continue to move forward is valid. If you are someone who is like fully vaccinated and still wants to wear a mask, that's totally fine and wonderful. Excuse me. But yeah, the whole only way that we're like gonna get through this is just like, you know, being kind to ourselves and being considerate to other people. So, you know, yeah. How is the pad thai? It's pad see you, and I Haven't eaten much of it. I still have so much. But what I've had of it is very good. I'm gonna eat a piece of broccoli out of it right now. And Patsu is, I'm pretty sure this is egg, broccoli, tofu, and noodles. Thanks for the question, Sophia. Um, I got a text from my friend Sita. What are some new things you learned about while making this album? Um, hmm, that's a great question. Um, Things I learned about while making this album. I started to talk about this on my social media posts about it, but like I learned that I don't have to make I don't have to do it all myself, and like it's things are probably gonna be better if I don't do everything myself. Um, like Songs About Pickles in a lot of ways was just like me alone in the Yale Music Building, like trying to like make things happen, and alone in the studios, like recording things myself. And like I brought in people from like to do things that I couldn't do. So like Skylar played guitar on 9 Week, Jacob played saxophone. There was a guitar. Ben played guitar. Emma Longhurst played guitar. I had a choir on Energy, um, but it was still very much like what um, very very insular, very just me, and I like was doing the same thing for Black Lives and Breakdown, and still had some help from like my circle, but for the most part, it was just me. And I, you know, was feeling like incredibly high because we like raised a lot of money for good causes and a lot of people listened to it, but like was inside feeling very hollow. I was just like, I don't like producing. This isn't where I get the joy. Like I love singing. I love writing songs, and I do like producing, and it's grown on me. But like, it's just I feel like my whole thing about passion is like, what do I want to spend my time being frustrated about? And like, that is not it. Um, like, and I put some ads out in my newsletter and on social media. I was just like, y'all know any producers? Anybody want to help me for cheap or for free? And started building a team, tried to like, and it this whole thing has been, I think, making an album about being alone in the most communal way possible in a pandemic. Um, so, you know, and it wasn't easy. I've had people come in and out of the project because I was just hard to work with, and I've been trying to learn how to be less hard to work with because I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my stuff, as Erica Badu would say. And just like for songs like Never Awake that are 5 years old and I've had a very specific way of thinking about them for a long time, it's very hard for me, or it's been very hard for me to like let go of the way that I've been thinking about it. And so had some fights with Noah Silvestri, bless his heart, the mixer of this album and the producer of that track, because that was so what finally happened is like so different than like what I had envisioned in my head, and it took me a very long time to get it. I'm still not even sure that I totally get it, but like learning to compromise and learning to be like, hey, this is probably going to be better if you just chill out and like listen to what other people have to say, because like your opinions are valid, but so are others. Um, I think that's the biggest thing. And yeah, Eli, how's my creative process changed over the past year? I mean, I don't know. I think it's still been like a lot of, writing as I've been inspired, trying to like, I did try to do a song a week, write a song every week for a little bit, and I fell off. But just like, I think setting deadlines has been a huge change. Because for those of you who've been listening for a long time and paying attention, I saw Prove Me Wrong, Filter, Black Lives Breakdown all came out on like Bandcamp, YouTube, SoundCloud before like Spotify and Apple Music and everything else, and that is the result of poor planning or impulsivity or a mix of the two, because it was like I wanted to have this out on my birthday, I wanted to have these out on Juneteenth, but did not get them in time. Took too long to make them happen. So like this time it was like, why do we suck? I knew exactly when that was going to come out. May 14th, this date. Like I said that back in December because I was thinking like vaguely 2021, I'll be happy if this album comes out. And over the course of a week, it became August 2021, and then it became May 14th, 2021. And so it was just like, okay, we have a deadline and I want this to happen. Let's light the fire. Let's make this happen. And that's been cool. And that's been different this year. What are more of the feelings behind Never Awake? Oh boy. So Never Awake, one of the big lessons I learned from college is to revise songs. Because, one, they can, feelings change over time, vibes change. Hopefully you learn how to become a better writer. Never Awake, it was my freshman spring, and I just remembered being so stressed about everything all the time. I think I was in Biology 102, which is like one of the worst classes ever. And writing the song, just like, what are some of the words? There was a time when I could fly, and my checked bags weren't the ones under my eyes when I wasn't waiting for, wasn't, what are the words? There was a time when I could fly, my check bags weren't the ones under my eyes when I wasn't racing against time to meet deadlines. Yeah, and just like feeling like I couldn't keep up, like when I could see the world's beauty and not how it's being destroyed by corporate greed. When I wasn't living for the solace of my dreams, like I don't think I had the experience of just like not wanting to be awake, like not in like a dead way, but just like if I could just like slip out of consciousness for a minute and then like come back like the next day, like until I got to Yale. I got to Yale with my Yale psychology. um, and I hate that. And like, you know, feeling overworked, got to work from home from 5 to 9, got a mental breakdown schedule for 10:25. There's no time to pray. There's no time to waste. I'm walking wide-eyed, but I'm never awake. There's no time to do anything that is like beneficial to me, but I feel like I'm sleepwalking. I don't feel like I'm awake. And like, or like present with things, with people. And I think, oh, wow, that's amplified itself in quarantine. Um, yeah. But at the same time, while not being awake, of just being like, I'm still gonna get everything done, I don't care that like everything is falling apart around me, like within myself. I mean, I could die when I'm dead. Like, can't stop, won't stop. So just like that feeling of like wanting to be more present but unable to be, with just sort of the high functioning that's happening. So in one word, stress. I hope that answers that question. Let's see. Yeah. Another gospel song is so musically interesting. Yeah, and it's very long as well. Another gospel song is very important to me. Um, just for my own um, development, just because like I was writing it as I was coming out to myself sophomore year, and like was not sure if I could continue to have a relationship with God, or even if I wanted to, because I was just like, I want to be able to do this and to be pleasing to Jesus or whatever, and at the same time, like I can't deny who I am. And so a lot of the song is like a lot of doubt. The bridge is a lot of screaming at God. Um, and the ending with Ro's beautiful vocals is just like what I felt like God was saying to me. It's just like, yo, chill out, just trust in me. It's fine. Forget about your stress, forget about your pain, forget about your fear. I conquered it all. We're good. Um, yeah, and then musically, I mean, I'm trying to think what are like some reference tracks for another gospel song. Sophomore year was like a weird place in my song writing place, but that's always what it was supposed to sound like, I think, from 2017. Um, Even though I never made a demo of it until we were doing this. And I Am God by Kirk Franklin and Toby Mac is actually a good one because like that whole section coming out of the bridge before Rose starts singing all of those chords, that entire chord progression, I just stole it and slowed it down basically. Um, and had not heard the song in a very long time, but like it was very important to me when I was younger, and I went back and listened to it recently, and I'm like, oh, these are just exactly the same chords and exactly the same harmonies. I just stole it. So, so if another gospel song disappears from the internet because Kirk Franklin is suing me, then like that's what happened. Um, yeah, grateful to Noah for playing the drums on that because I wrote a drum MIDI track, so just like fake drums. I wrote a fake drum track for it, and I was like, this song isn't gonna have real drums. I'm going to write a part that's like not really possible for a human. But then Noah insisted on playing it and like playing it correctly, which is like, what? I'm like, and he's like, this is hard, and I'm like, it wasn't meant to be played by a human. What are you talking? Of course it's hard. Um, and I'm so grateful that he did that. I think it really adds an element, a really strong element. Thomas Hagen, who was my co-producer on a lot of these songs, added a lot of cool synths and gave me a lot of cool ideas to fill in some of the gaps where I had them. Archer Frodima, oh my god, why don't I know how to say her last name? We've been friends for years. But I'm just gonna drop it in the chat. um, Check her stuff out too. She's incredible. But Archer contributed the guitars, um, and it's like subtle, but like it really brings it together in a big way. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. um, cool. Also, hi DW. Um, okay, cool. Any I mean, it's very after 9. Oh, I'm getting a spam call. That's fun. Eating with you straight vibing for an hour has been oddly satisfying. Thank you, Mohit. I'm glad that you feel this way. I also, this has been nice. I don't want to overstay my welcome. So, like, if anybody has, like, any, final thoughts, feel free to drop them in the chat. So I don't know how far behind I am from like what you all are seeing. That wasn't a sentence. That wasn't a real sentence. That made logical sense. But I think I'll wait like 30 seconds and then just like people want to put some buys in the chat, then like I'll end the stream. But this has been lovely. Thank you all for joining me for this, and thank you for listening and encouraging me and buying the album and all of these things. Buy some vinyls. Buy some vinyls. I want to sing for you. Um, it's, yeah, all the proceeds go to either the cost of making them or to me, Mohit, and Sophia for playing the songs. Yeah. Okay, and now I check my time, and I will sit here for 30 seconds. And if there's nothing else besides buys, then we're done. Bye, Sophia. Yes, bye. Ooh, yes, bye. Um, okay. Well, I will see you all in the future. Bye. um,